Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We've got details on Cloud Imperium's plans for some new gameplay coming in Star Citizen Alpha 3.19 in May and beyond, with tractor beams and related features, as well as some dev responses on this topic as well. From inside Star Citizen Tractor Factor, we saw how a new feature to tractor beam gameplay is being added to Alpha 3.19, as well as plans for the future of this tech. The handheld tractor beam can currently be used to move boxes and bodies, be they unconscious or dead. In the future, there will be a larger dedicated tractor beam tool for players to use for larger, heavier items and potentially an upgrade for the multi-tool attachment as well. The Reclaimer and the Vulture will both be able to use their tractor beams to pull in chunks of salvage, to munch them and gather resources. Cloud Imperium are very much working on that ship-scale tractor beam feature. They want to get remote tractor beam turrets working on appropriate ships, allowing for the Starfarer to move, manage, detach its sort of cargo, mining and fuel pods itself. Also, these tractor beams will aid the movement of cargo on the holding plates of the Hull C, for example, but lots of ships have sort of like a utility tractor beam to help them with their intended role. There are more focused direct tractor beam rigs on dedicated tractor ships like the Argo SRV though. These are going to be used for towing ships. They're again working on this feature now, but they also want to be able to use tractor beams for potentially holding a player or bounty in position and then pulling them in. So some ships will be able to do that. You'll be able to combine tractor beams as well for either helping or fighting over sort of boxes and that sort of stuff. So you've got your handheld tractor beams, you'll be able to sort of use these together to move a larger box, or maybe two people are fighting over it. Larger or multiple FPS tractor beams might be able to move a small ship and things like that as well. Alpha 3.19 is getting some new tractor beam gameplay though, allowing you to item strip and scavenge a ship and vehicle. You want to see this as sort of like part of the salvage gameplay, in my opinion. This will allow you to pull the components off a ship, be they weapons or components inside. So you can only do this if the vehicle is unlocked by the pilot, or it's in a soft destruction state. You'll then be able to use these components and weapons on your own ships, so you can literally sell them or use them. This is awesome and will allow you to grab any visible size 0 to 2 components from the internals of a ship or vehicle and up to size 6 weapons from the exterior. This will allow you to also grab missiles that you can then either sell or attach to your ship. This is actually a bit of a step forward towards physicalized components as well. It makes sense as Cloud Imperium are working on the resource management system that allows us to have all components communicating as intended, and obviously they're sort of expanding out the item ports on ships, getting them all to their sort of current gold standard, so they want to be able to have these tractor beams being able to interact with components and those item ports that they stick into. Items can be taken off ships as long as the pilot unlocks them, so you can't just rip them off a ship that's not in a soft destruction state or hasn't sort of actively gone, yes, please move my components around. They're going to have ways of preventing you spawning your own ship in, stripping it and then reclaiming it. That potentially will be a crime, so there are going to be some ways to not exploit the mechanic they've already thought of. You can also change things like mining heads and subcomponents with the handheld tractor beam, so you can just change them over, and the fact that the subcomponents are also included, and that's pretty awesome. Also, the Starfarer's fuel pods, they're going to be able to be movable by the tractor beams as well in 3.19, so you can literally grab one off a Starfarer and put it onto another one. So people are going to be pirating them as well, I suspect. There's also been a couple of relevant Spectrum forum posts with dev responses related to this. So let's look at the first one. Alpha 3.19, are we getting removable prospector packs? The original poster says, I'm excited that we're getting removable fuel tanks from the Starfarer for Alpha 3.19. This Inside Star Citizen episode also showed a prospector with their saddlebags being removed. Are you planning to add this to 3.19 as well? CIG's Savrols responded to this. Maybe we have this as a surprise in store. No promises yet, but we are trying to get it in. I'm really excited to potentially see the sort of more interactable cargo get added to the game, because it does expand out gameplay quite a lot when you actually have the ability to interact with a lot more stuff. So that would be absolutely awesome to see. There was a little follow-up question in that Spectrum thread. Are they going to be sort of fixing the non-scannable mining nodes? In 3.18, it's like 80% of rocks now are non-scannable when they should be. Savrel's again responded to this. We're still working on fixing this issue. I can tell you that we would like to progress faster with a solution to this problem, but sadly, it is quite a complex one. We might not have it fixed fully, but at least we're trying to improve the situation with every patch. There was another Spectrum thread limiting the tractor beam. A single person should not be able to move a spaceship on a planet. With the original poster saying, seeing someone flinging around a ship with a handheld rifle-sized tractor beam feels incredibly wrong. And I would like to say personally that actually that was probably just sort of a representation of something you might be able to do in the future, but obviously that was more than playing around with it and trying to work out if it was appropriate. But again, we had CIG Savrels replying to this, just to clarify what we will be releasing first. Since we won't have the ship set up ready or the additional items, we will only have the tractor beam attachment available for the multi-tool to enable all of you to test and try the item detach and attach. We temporarily buffed the multi-tool to behave unrealistic, so it's basically going to have an expanded ability to carry heavier things that it wouldn't normally have. Once we progress in our development, this will change and reflect a more realistic take on the forces and what they can pull/carry. So weight of the targeted object and volume will define if your currently equipped tool can handle the object, and yes, where you are will matter, gravity versus zero gravity. Also, a disclaimer, players in the first release will not be able to move ships around, especially not with a multi-tool. They also went on to replying to another question there. Is a specialist attachment needed for the multi-tool for scavenging and removing components and weapons on ships? So, the answer here being, there is no additional attachment needed. The detaching is part of the tractor beam functionality. All you need is a multi-tool with tractor beam attachment. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen Alpha 3.19 and tractor beam updates today. I am really looking forward to that being in-game. Remember, Alpha 3.19 is planned to come with or before the 20th of May in Fleet Week. That's when we're sort of expecting it to start. So it is not long to wait at all. And obviously you're going to see that in the PTU well before that as well. So, but what do you think? Are you excited to being able to grab and strip ship parts in 3.19? Do you think that you are going to be using that to switch components out of your ship, or using it just sort of as part of the money-making process? Do you expect to see ship-scale tractor beams in-game later this year? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's 2023. There's no need for a VPN like NordVPN, right? In the modern era. Wrong. What's this, a Silent Hill styled ad? No, due to copyright, it's actually a Quiet Mound ad. But that siren means that someone's got my browsing data and hacked all my sanity away at Starbucks. Oh no, that guy's got a triangle on his head. I've never had a Silent Hill incident while using nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. By God, can you risk not having it? Well, probably, but why take the chance? NordVPN can help you access more content on the internet from more countries in a safer and more private way. It's an essential tool in your arsenal in 2023 against the legally distinct triangle head. Check out the links below for one hell of a deal. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For March, we are giving away an Argo Raft, the mighty little hauler that could. Soon, it should be able to make use of its 32 SCU cargo boxes, but in Alpha 3.18, it's going to have to make you some serious Alpha UEC from cargo hauling. It also comes with a game package and lifetime insurance, all you need to get started in your Star Citizen career. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. Please consider becoming a YouTube member with the join button under our videos or using the links below Patreon. It really goes the extra mile to support us making daily content for Star Citizen. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe and share it with your space friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.